Coming up next on Mt10 News, a man now knows the true definition of the terrible twos.
Wow, one of our own reporters has the information on a robbery that has left many confused.
And find out why 2 Blue Raider football players are under investigation.
All of those stories, plus your latest weather, Mt10 News starts right now.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm J.R. Smith.
And I'm Kaylee Plemons. Welcome to Mt10 News.
2 toddlers and some morning mischief may have led to potential charges. Around 10 this morning, 2 toddlers, both under the age of 3, were reported missing in Gallatin, Tennessee. A search ensued for a little over 2 hours that led to the kids being found in a car at a neighbor's house. The children were sent to Sumner Regional Medical Center to be treated for symptoms of heart exhaustion after being found. This led the Department of Children's Services to become involved. Charges are pending against the toddler's supposed caregiver.
And last night, the smell of a teen shooters was in the air. A man was robbed at gunpoint last night in northwest Nashville by 2 teenagers. The teens demanded money and forced the victim to hand over his wallet. Despite his cooperation, the suspect still shot him in the leg. The 2 teens are both still at large, with one being described as a dark and heavy-set man, while the other was reported to have a lighter complexion. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers.
The Tennessee Highway Patrol is investigating a shooting that took place at a rest stop on Interstate 40 in Cumberland County. Investigators say that the shooting took place around 4:30 Tuesday afternoon. The 39-year-old victim, Virginia resident Chadwick Barnhouse, was shot in the chest and the hand and was airlifted to a Knoxville hospital. The suspect is described as a 6-foot-tall white male who is bald. He was wearing a dark-colored shirt. He is still at large, but investigators say that he is not a danger to the public.
A crash near Underwood Road almost caused a school bus to go completely off their route. That's right, a Mount Juliet school bus was involved in a car accident with a motorcycle around this morning. Police reported that no one on the bus or the motorcyclist was injured. The crash is still currently under investigation.
A man charged with first-degree murder is due in the Rutherford County Courthouse later this month. David Michael Ozier, who was charged for the murder of James Burney Whitehead in March, will be in court April 27th after Whitehead was found dead in Ozier's home. Ozier remains in the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center on a $1 million bond. An autopsy to determine the cause of death will be in soon. So far, it's been ruled as a homicide. This is an active, ongoing investigation, and no further comments have been made by the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department. The Ozier case isn't the only first-degree murder in Rutherford County. Jared Pardon was accused of fatally shooting his girlfriend this past March and will see his case go before a Rutherford County jury. The victim, 29-year-old Carly Hassett of Bell Buckle, was pronounced dead at St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital. Police say that this had been a domestic dispute that had lasted for 4 years and led to a severe argument that ended Hassett's life in 2 days. The court date for Pardon has yet to be announced.
And he told police that he was only providing for his family before he was arrested. Murfreesboro PD pulled over 20-year-old Andre Gray Singer, who was driving on a suspended license. Police say he seemed nervous and then smelled marijuana in his car, causing them to search his SUV. A duffel bag containing 4 bags of marijuana and a sock containing more weed was found. He was charged with the felony sale of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and driving on a suspended license. He will be in court this June. 2 people are dead and 1 person is injured due to a shooting in the parking lot of a Cookeville plant on Tuesday morning. According to Cookeville Police Department, 30-year-old Angela DePlay shot Tyler Stoltz and Rebecca Crowley before turning the gun on herself. The shooting took place in the parking lot of the Ficosa manufacturing plant, where Stoltz and Crowley were both employees. Witnesses told police that DePlay opened the driver's door of a vehicle in the parking lot and began to fire. 20-year-old Stoltz, who was shot in the head, died from his injuries just before 11 p.m. last night. 35-year-old Crowley was shot in her legs and is in still stable condition at a hospital in Chattanooga. An unexpected crime here in Murfreesboro has left many people confused on the motive. Reporter Peyton Poston has this story.
According to police, the two men were caught on security tape leaving Sam's Club April 7th. This was the same day that the 42 used car batteries were stolen from the auto department. They were seen leaving the scene in Halloween masks and utilized the Dodge Durango for the crime. The suspects backed the truck up near the used battery storage area and loaded the batteries onto the truck. Many people have been left wondering what these batteries could possibly be used for. I caught up with an O'Reilly Auto Parts employee to learn more about the potential use of the batteries.
Two used car batteries that were stolen. I guess if someone had them in possession, they would take them to their local auto parts stores to send off so they can get their core charges back.
Although a large amount of batteries were stolen, they collectively only have a value of about $200.
Thank you for that, Peyton. Well, if anyone has any information, they should contact the authorities. Well, if you walk into the Student Union anytime this week, you will notice that T-shirts are being displayed around the building. Reporter Davita Johnson has more to tell us about this.
Thanks, Kaylee. If you stop by the Student Union, you see T-shirts displayed around the building. Here's the reason why. The annual Visual Display Clothesline Project will be from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the Student Union, free and open to the public. This project raises awareness to violence against women with T-shirts displayed with the words of a survivor or someone who cares about the cause.
The Clothesline Project is basically a project that raises awareness about domestic violence and the rape culture.
According to the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, American women experience about 4.8 physical assaults and rape every year.
Encourage students, faculty, and even visitors to do is just to come to our booth, give a positive message on one of our T-shirts. It could even be their own personal story of how they've survived, and then we'll hang it up around the Student Union building.
So stop by the MTSU Student Union building anytime this week to create a T-shirt yourself or to look at what everyone else has created to bring awareness to domestic violence, assault, and rape.
It's a good idea to bring awareness to campus, and the shirts are definitely a great idea because it makes it known it's a serious matter and it needs to get tended to.
For more information on the Clothesline Project, you can visit their website at clotheslineproject.org.
Thank you, Davita. Well, make sure that you all stop by the Student Union for the rest of this week to participate in the domestic assault awareness.
Well, Kaylee, it looks like Peter Cottontail is going to be hopping down the bunny trail this weekend.
I do believe that's right because Easter will be this Sunday. Let's see what our weather looks like with Piper. Piper?
Well, Easter actually looks pretty good so far in our forecast. I actually have a little outlook on what's going to be on Easter. For the sunrise, it'll be around 6:10 a.m. and it's going to be a beautiful day. For those maybe heading to a sunrise service, it's going to be around 6 o'clock the sunrise is, but the weather is going to be beautiful on this day. It's going to be partly cloudy and the high is going to be a little bit above 80 degrees and the wind's going to be between 10 to 15 miles per hour, so hold on to your Easter baskets because the wind is going to be a little bit crazy that day. And now let's go over a little bit of some gardening tips. We are entering springtime here, and it's kind of hard to keep your garden balanced with all the rain and the heat and stuff. So make sure you just clean out your garden, get all that debris, old weeds, grass, lay down some new soil, trim old plants, add some mulch, and plant new flowers and shrubs for a nice garden. Well, now I'm going to send it back to Kaylee and JR.
Thank you, Piper. Still ahead on MT10 News. Find out how two new hires have met national opposition on their first day.
And learn how the First Lady is using the First Amendment in her first 100 days. Well, that's all coming up next on MT10 News.
Chef Patty here. Why should you include avocados as part of your family's balanced diet? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Number 1. Avocado
avocados fill you up.
Avocados contain unsaturated fats, good fats your body needs to help with the absorption of key nutrients.
Me hungry right now.
Number 2.
Avocados are good for you.
Avocados are naturally cholesterol and sodium free, plus they contain nearly 20 vitamins and nutrients.
Me need vitamins and nutrients, and number 3, avocado delicious.
Try avocados in place of ingredients higher in saturated fat. Avocados taste great in sandwiches, salads, and even in baked goods like cookies.
Avocado cookies? This match made in heaven. No.
This is your new kitten, or your new puppy. Every day, 70,000 puppies and kittens just like them are born in the U.S. Cute, right? Well, what's not cute is that half of all litters are accidents. And when a kitten has a litter of oopsies and a puppy has a litter of uh-ohs, pretty soon you have thousands and thousands of OMGs. And that leads to millions of pets being killed in shelters each year. But if 80% of pet owners say they believe in spaying and neutering, then what gives? Well, it turns out those sweet little fuzzballs can get pregnant sooner than you think. A lot sooner. But here's the good news. You can stop the accident before it happens. You just have to remember one number. 4, as in 4 months. When you bring home Maggie or Ruby or Puddle or Clyde, get them fixed at 4 months. It can be old enough to get pregnant, and it's definitely young enough to make a difference. Prevent more, fix at month 4.
The hiring on 2 high-level officials have left many activists worried. John Fear and Julie Kirchner have been hired by the Department of Homeland Security and will work in the federal immigration agencies as advisors. Both advisors have extended experience with the Center of Immigration Studies as well as the Federation for American Immigration Reform. Immigration activists have found problems with this, considering that both of their former organizations work to limit both legal and illegal immigration into the United States. The organizations were originally founded by John Tanton, who openly advocated for eugenics, which includes the sterilization of groups that are considered genetically undesirable.
Well, someone in the White House will soon be getting a very big payback and payday. First Lady Melania Trump has been the ruled victor in a case involving statements made by the Daily Mail's online website. The statements originally alleged that the First Lady was providing explicit services that were outside the realm of her modeling career in her early 20s. The lawsuit was originally for $150 million, but First Lady Trump will be paid about $2.9 million for damages and costs. Still ahead on MT10 News, find out how Tennessee is making it easier for students to reconnect in the classroom.
And see how people came together to strut their stuff for a good cause.
And April showers bring May flowers. Find out what else it's going to bring after the break.
Everyone deserves to have a decent place to live.
Everyone. Todos.
When a future homeowner partners with Habitat for Humanity to build or improve a home, they build a better future for themselves and their families.
For my family.
Para po sa pamilya.
Por mi familia.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own. Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
Time is the one thing that we want more of as a St. Jude parent. Without the donors, I wouldn't have my Audrey.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When they told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow, they pretty much have saved us.
They take care of our housing, they take care of our food, in addition to the best medical treatment that my daughter could ever have. So it allows me to focus on my daughter. and getting her better.
Your seat cushion can be used to grant wishes.
Who said that? Hello?
Really can, you know.
You talking to me?
Sure am. Because the airline miles you earn and donate to Make-A-Wish can help send thousands of kids on their wish trips. So donate to Make-A-Wish today.
You really should, you know. You really should.
And give wishes wings. Because wishes work wonders.
First, there was the Tennessee Promise. Now we are being introduced to the Reconnect Scholarship. Governor Bill Haslam is ensuring that all students who go to a community college will receive their first 2 years for free due to the Tennessee Promise. The new decision has been implanted for adults now. The Reconnect Scholarship will be awarded to adults who have decided to finish school. Much like the Tennessee Promise, Haslam has promised to take care of their costs. This scholarship will also be going to veterans or anyone in the Army service who make the choice to get a further education. Students are on campus and are interested in what this might do for expenses.
Work out of high school, and really they have a goal that they'd like to go back and get their college education. So I think that this, like if I was in that position, which I was, that would be a huge deal.
Haslam's plan will start in the 2017 school year.
There's a new soul man in Murfreesboro, except this man deals shoes, not records. The store allows you to buy, sell, or trade shoes. It's a unique format and makes for an exciting visit. The shop, which opened last June, is gaining clientele each and every week, in part because of the varying collections and more affordable shoe options. Of course, being successful in the shoe business has taken lots of hard work and determination, but owner Colby O'Brien said that hard work was essential in order for his business to be successful.
Especially if you've never did it before, like myself. I've never did any of it, so it was a learning experience, to say the least, for me, to get the actual spot, for sure.
Soul Collections is located on 115 East Main Street in Murfreesboro.
Well, 2 Rutherford County students aimed high and were met with great reward. High school seniors Alvin and Olivia both attended Oakland High School here in Murfreesboro, and coincidentally were both accepted to 2 different Ivy League colleges. Olivia was accepted to the University of Pennsylvania, while Alvin will be heading to Princeton in the fall. Both students are members of the Oakland International Baccalaureate program and feel that the curriculum prepared them for this moment.
A country music legend will now be the topic of a new course that will have students working from 9 to 5. Dolly Parton's life will be the subject of a new history course that is being offered at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. The course is said to focus on how the entertainer went from a small-town girl in Sevierville to an international icon. Parton shared her excitement for the new class on Twitter earlier today, calling it a blessing. The course will be offered to honor students beginning in the fall.
Well, it's not October, but women and men were strutting their pink this weekend in Nashville. Reporter Brianna Clark tells us why.
Thank you, Kaylee. As we all know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but Nashville has made it a point to bring awareness for African American women by throwing the 3rd annual Sister Strut.
Cancer is a very devastating disease that kills over 45,000 women a year. And African American women are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women.
When you shed a light on the fact that African American women are more likely to die from breast cancer, that's not a fact that everybody knows, but we try to shed a light on that fact.
Shedding a light on breast cancer may lead to more women getting screenings, but studies have shown that some African American women may have more delays in follow-ups after abnormal mammograms, and one Murfreesboro family expresses that importance after losing a loved one.
Always go to the doctors. Always get your checkups, and whatever they instruct you to do, please try to follow up and do it, because you never know.
Family lost an aunt to breast cancer 9 years ago and another family member to cancer, but the family didn't let that tear them apart. They decided that this year would be their first year to do something in remembrance of them.
It actually just took one phone call because we are all so close and we just do things together all the time. We look to do it every year. We're going to make it a family tradition.
Losing a family member to any disease is tragic, but having a tight-knit family can get you through it all.
The thing I can say is much prayer, love on each other, because love conquers all. You can have the sickest family member in the world, but if you got loved ones around you, it makes it all better.
In Nashville, Brianna Clark, MT10 News.
According to Susan G. Coleman, African American women tend to be diagnosed earlier than any other women, with the average age being 59 and 63 for white women.
This year's Sister Strat brought together around 1,500 people, about 500 more than last year's. Well, JR, I think spring has sprung and maybe summer is coming a little bit early with those 80-degree weather.
Yeah, and I really want to know when I'm going to be able to lather on the suntan lotion.
Me as well. I'm so ready for this semester to be over with.
Yeah, that's a big deal for me as well. And to know actually when I'm going to be able to lather on the lotion. Let's look at Piper Evans. She joins us now with your main look at weather. Piper.
Well, JR, get your lotion ready because the temperatures are going to be amazing. The sun's going to be out. It's going to be a really nice spring ahead. I've been looking, and currently in your area, the sun is just about to go down. The temperature is around 75 degrees. And the wind is about 5 miles per hour. Humidity is about a 30%. It feels so good outside. And guess what? There's no rain in our forecast for right now. For your weather headlines, we're going to have a wonderful night ahead. Sorry, everyone. We're going to have warmer temperatures, but also we're going to have some rain next We're going to have some rain next week. I'm sorry, I'm just really so happy about these temperatures. It's just a really good atmosphere with this weather. For your forecast for tonight, we're going to have temperatures around 60 degrees. The high is going to be about 59, and it's going to be a little bit cloudy for tonight. It's going to feel really nice outside tonight. Tonight's the night that you might want to go outside, take a walk, because it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Like I said, and tomorrow, or for your radar right now, it's a clear radar. It's going to be a very peaceful night, no rain for right now. We will have some rain coming up later next week, but for the rest of this week, it's going to be really pleasant outside. And then as we look at tomorrow's forecast, we're going to have temperatures. It's going to be, honestly, an ABC day tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely beautiful and clear. Temperatures are going to be around 80 degrees. It's going to actually go up a little bit more. There's going to be a tiny bit of clouds, but not a lot. It's going to feel a lot like today. It's just going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. I think spring is finally here. And here's your weather map for tomorrow. It's going to be Tennessee is going to be in the clear. As you can see, this dotted line right here, that means rain, and the rain is just going to miss us and head up north. And we don't really have any low front or high fronts coming our way, so that means no like crazy weather. So I know we're all pretty happy about that. Now let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. For tomorrow, for your work to drive or school, we're going to have partly cloudy skies. The high is going to be about 80 degrees, a little bit over. We finally have hit 80-degree weather, and it's a little bit early, actually. The low is going to be in the mid-50s. For Friday, to kick off your weekend, we're going to have temperatures back up to 83. The low is actually going to be peaking into the 60s, so that's pretty nice. For Saturday, partly cloudy skies once again. And then for Easter Sunday, we're going to have highs in the 80s again. A little bit of rain on Monday and Tuesday, but clear on Wednesday. Now I'm going to send it back to Kaylee and JR.
Thank you, Piper. That's some good news to hear, and I know that you really seemed excited about this weekend. All right, still ahead on MT10 News. Find out about a new student who will be bringing the heat to the Murphy Center.
And find out why today is not only bad to be a little bit cheesy. That's all coming up next on MT10 News.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. But give idle hands a place to go, a purpose, and they're capable of amazing things.
from Iraq and Afghanistan. Our brave warriors are coming home, wounded. Some with wounds you can see, some with wounds you can't see. Wounded Warrior Project was created to support our men and women coming off the battlefield. Please help carry these warriors the rest of the way home. Get involved at woundedwarriorproject.org.
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it. Passed from hand to hand, across land and sea, to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Well, JR, it looked like this past weekend was a great time to be an MTSU baseball fan.
I knew it. I know it. The Bruins, they were eaten this weekend by the Blue Raiders. And for more on this and more with other sports, David James joins us now with a look at MT10 Sports. David.
Thank you, JR. Thank you, Kaylee. 2 MTSU football players are under investigation for animal cruelty. Both defensive lineman Justin Atkins and linebacker Shalom Alvarez are confirmed to be under investigation. On April 6th, there was a Snapchat video on Atkins' account where Alvarez strikes a puppy 4 times, the report stated. Investigation is ongoing and no arrests have been made, but they both are suspended until further notice and will perform community service for paws. This is not Atkins' first time breaking the law. In late January, he was caught with 4.3 ounces of marijuana and $1,000 in cash. MT Baseball came off of a huge win last night against Belmont. It did not look good for MT with being down 1-2 entering the 5th, but Will Smalls came with the heat after throwing a shutout the 5th and 6th inning, and the Blue Raiders bats waking up. We ended up winning 10-4 off of 15 hits. It was a good day for Blue Raider baseball. The Redhawks went to visit the Stars for an epic game. Stewart Creek pitcher Austin Steele came to play as he threw a shutout. Steele was only allowed 1 hit, and the Stars could not figure out a way to stop them. The Redhawks scored 7 runs, 3 of them in the 3rd inning. They play tonight at 6:30 at Stewart Creek. Graduate transfer Nick King is officially a part of Blue Raider basketball. King signed his grant in aid this morning, head coach Kermit Davis confirmed. King's played for University of Memphis for 2 years, then played for Alabama the 2016 year, but only played 7 games before being sidelined with a lung infection. He is expected to be fully healthy for the Blue Raiders' 2017-2018 season. He averaged 7.2 points per game, 4.8 rebounds his sophomore year at Memphis. Well, that's all this week for sports. I'm going to toss it back to Kaylee and JR.
Thank you, David. Well, today may seem just like a normal Wednesday, but for those who keep up with the calendar, they have a lot to be cheesing about. National Grilled Cheese Day has come back around, and Nashville food staple was the center of all the action. The Grilled Cheesery Melt shop in Hillsboro Village offered free classic melts to those who followed them on social media between 11 this morning and until 2 p.m. This was happening at both of their locations, with both of them being a popular food truck at the Nashville Farmers Market.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for MT10 News. I'm J.R. Smith.
And I'm Kaylee Clemens. We hope that you can join us again on Monday evening.
Meanwhile, have a great evening, Rutherford County.